Holy fucking shit. Is this giant an idiot or what? If he wants to crush me, he'd have to pierce his own palm first. To keep from getting flattened into an apple pie, my companion quickly tied him up with a rope. But just as I was about to grab the rope, he suddenly used his full strength. He broke free instantly. Oh shit, good thing I reacted fast, or I really would have become pie. Oops, now you can't fight back, can you? So who's turning into pie now? Wait, why is there another giant? Just as the giant was about to attack me, an older giant stepped in and stopped him. He recognized the trident in my hand, the sea god's trident.
Ando to Facade.
Yeah, this thing really comes in handy. But I'm not Poseidon. Poseidon is long fucking dead. I just inherited his trident. That day, a massive, like insanely massive, meteor crashed into my village. At first, I thought it was just a regular meteor. But turns out, it was Hades' dumb dog. It rampaged through the village, destroying everything. I knew I couldn't hide who I was anymore. So I grabbed the divine weapon and jumped straight at it. I was planning to subdue the damn mutt right away, but it flung me across the air. Oh, my back. Didn't even give me time to react. The Chimera was about to breathe fire. I grabbed a wooden door and blocked the attack. Enraged, the Chimera slammed into me and sent me flying again. Luckily, it got tangled in a fishing net. I seized the chance and wrapped a chain around one of its heads. Now, the bad dog couldn't move.
What are you waiting for? Burn me!
Wait, no, it's still trying to breathe fire. I quickly let go, and just like that, it burned itself. A hellhound appearing in the human world means one thing: something's gone seriously wrong in the realm of the gods. So I took my son and headed to Mount Olympus. I was planning to confront Zeus, but the temple was already in ruins. Then, barely alive, Poseidon stumbled out from behind. That's when I learned Hades had betrayed them. He was trying to summon Kronos, the king of the gods. Zeus was now trapped in the underworld, and Poseidon was on his last breath. The responsibility of saving the world fell to me. That's how I inherited the trident. To rescue Zeus from the underworld, I first needed to find Hephaestus, the god of fire. Only he knew the path to the underworld. But the island where Hephaestus lived was full of danger. First, we had to deal with these cyclones. Luckily, they recognized Poseidon's weapon, so they led us to Hephaestus. When he heard the world was about to end, he immediately took us to the entrance of the underworld. But then Ares dropped down from the sky. Oh shit, did Ares betray us too? Now we're in trouble. This is the god of war. But to buy time for Hephaestus to open the gateway, we had no choice but to fight with everything we had. Still, we didn't stand a chance. By then, the gates of hell had opened. But Ares wasn't about to let us go. At the critical moment, Hephaestus deliberately provoked Ares. Through his sacrifice, we finally got the chance to enter the gates of hell. But inside, there was still a massive labyrinth. Good thing Hephaestus left behind a map. Otherwise, we never would have made it through. When we reached the abyss of hell, Zeus's divine power had already been completely drained by Kronos. The legendary king of the gods was about to be reborn. To stop Zeus from being killed, I immediately cut the chains binding him. Although Zeus was rescued, he had almost no divine power left at this point. With the last bit of his power, Zeus combined 2 divine artifacts and teleported all of us out of the underworld. But by then, Kronos had fully awakened. Demons from hell poured out in waves. A world-ending catastrophe was about to begin. At the same time, demons from hell had already descended upon the human world. Humans stood no chance against them. A single demon was as powerful as an entire army. At the critical moment, Hades, the god of the underworld, realized his mistake. He transferred his divine power to Zeus. Zeus instantly became 10,000 years younger. With the 2 brothers fighting side by side, the tide of battle finally began to turn. But against the overwhelming power of Kronos, the 3 divine weapons had to be combined. The problem was, the last weapon was in Ares' hands. Oh shit, I had to face my destiny. If it's a fight, then it's a fight. But that bastard Ares actually brought my son here. He wanted my son to witness everything. Okay, fine. Then I'll let my son watch how I take him down. With 2 divine weapons in my hands, I thought victory was guaranteed. But I underestimated the gap between a god and a demigod. Oh no, I couldn't beat him at all. After just a few exchanges, I was knocked straight to the ground. Ares was about to finish me off. At that critical moment, my son stepped forward to fight him. That's my boy. While Ares was distracted, I attacked him from behind. In the end, I used a divine weapon to kill him. Yeah, it was a bit dirty. But to unite all 3 weapons, I had no other choice. Meanwhile, Kronos was about to destroy the entire world. What else could I have done? Luckily, I now had the divine weapons. Riding a Pegasus, I prepared to end this madness. But the endless lava made it impossible to get close. At that moment, Hades and Zeus joined forces again, using up all their remaining power to unleash a devastating strike. It made Kronos feel pain. In response, he unleashed his ultimate attack. Fortunately, Zeus and Hades drew his attention, giving me the chance to get close. I used the divine weapons to tear apart his body and finally hurled them straight into him. With a massive explosion of thunder, Kronos was completely destroyed. He would never return to the human world again. But Zeus, the king of the gods, succumbed to his injuries and turned to dust. And Hades, having exhausted all his power, became an ordinary man. From that moment on, there were no more gods in this world. Humanity's fate was finally in its own